Oh, hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Astronomer, back with another video. Today was day one of Sideshow Con, and let's just say it was very interesting. So, this is going to be my top 7 things that we saw from Sideshow Con day one. This is the top 7 things that stood out to me. Let's get into it. Let's explore. What's up, everybody? So, like I said, we're going to get into the top 7 things that happened today at Sideshow Con. Coming in at number 7, we have the Justice League Trinity bus set, man. We got Wonder Woman, we got Batman, we got Superman, some of which was sculpted by, the Batman was sculpted by Daniel Bell. So, all 3 great, excellent sculpts, man. They looked very good. We saw previews of them before. They've actually already been on sale, but this was my first time actually seeing it in person. And I gotta say, I was very impressed. I I didn't expect them to be so small. I don't know why I thought they would be bigger. I guess always on the pictures, the bus and things like that always appear to be a little bit bigger than they really are. But no complaints there. Justice League Trinity. Number 7, that they look pretty good, man. They look pretty good, and they're reasonably priced. $250. You can't beat that for a bus that's probably about this big. It looks very good, man. It looks very good. Couldn't complain. So that's gonna be my number 7. That's why I made the list. So coming in at number 6, we have the Harley Quinn Hell on Wheels premium format by Sideshow. This is a very impressive piece, man. This is a very impressive piece. I didn't pay much attention to it before, but seeing it today at day 1 of Sideshow Con, it looks very good. It caught my eye. I said, oh man, this looks pretty nice. I'm normally not a Harley Quinn statue person. There's only like a couple that'll catch my eye, but this one was actually really, really good. So, tip my hat to Sideshow. Great job on this one. It's not the dynamic base that I always look for, but I don't think it's that type of piece to, command that type of base. So for what it's worth, is absolutely great. It has like the highlights on the, almost like spray paint, highlighted spray paint. It's really different. It's really different. I really like it. So that's why it came in at number 6. And let's get into number 5. So this next one, we've actually had a lot of coverage over for the first 6 months of this year. It's going to be the Superman Call to Action premium format by Sideshow. I think this one, Sideshow started to do things a little bit different. They started to kind of get a little bit more creative and, try new things. With this Call to Action, we have Superman ripping his shirt open. There's some tension on that shirt. You can actually put the fabric in his hand. I think that that's something that they don't normally do. So, they ventured off a little bit and they got a little bit out of the norm. And I can appreciate that from Sideshow. They've also did like a how they do the behind the scenes sculpts, and they kind of show you how the sculptors do the sculpts and the figures and things like that. And I watched that video and it was very impressive. These guys, these artists are very talented. So I'm always interested to see something like that, and to see this piece in person, or I keep saying in person because it wasn't really in person, but seeing it in person, it looked very good, man. It looked good. I couldn't complain. Clark Kent. I'm not a huge Clark Kent type of guy, but for what it's worth, it was sculpted extremely well. They got everything right. The anatomy, him, running his stance, everything in it is very dynamic. I love it, man. I couldn't complain. So that's why I came in at number 5. Now, let's get into number 4. So this number 4 is something that everyone's been talking about. It's going to be the 1/3 scale Joker by Iron Studios. This bad boy caused a lot of uproar. I think reason why Iron Studios, they just went so left with this one, man. They went so left with this one with the alternate face, with the skin coming off, man. Like, who even thinks of that? Like, that's craziness. It looks really good though. That thing is tall. It looks really big. I didn't expect it to be so huge. I think it may be because Joker has his arm up in the air. I think that's what makes it appear bigger than what it may actually, not what it may actually be, but I think that's what, gets the height up there, right? It's going to be his arm that makes him as tall as he is. But impressive piece. They made it look very good in the pictures like they always do, and it looked just as good in the studio. So I couldn't complain on that one. That's why I made this list today. It looked really good, really, really good. Tip my hat off to Iron Studios. I think that they're actually gonna have a good Sideshow Con this year, man. I think that they're gonna have a good, some good reveals. I think last year they had a pretty good one as well, but I think that they have something special for this year. So let's get into number 3. So number 3 has to be the most dynamic statue or statues I've seen in a long time. Number 3 is gonna be X-Men versus Sentinel Part 1, 2, and 3. They had them all 3 put together. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it. And to see all of those 3 put together, it was, I can't even explain it. You just have to go see. You just have to go watch the video. They had put, so it's almost like it's 3 dioramas put together. Think of that, 3 dioramas put together of 3 different Sentinels, 3 different groups of X-Men fighting one Sentinel, and they put them all together in one huge fight scene. And on top of that, they put other individual characters in the scene as well. And it's complete chaos. It's like a scene out of a movie. And I mean, you can't ask for something better when it comes to X-Men versus Citadel. It's a 1/10 scale by Iron Studios. Obviously, it has to be 1/10 scale because Sentinels are huge, but it's 1/10, but it's freaking huge. It's a lot bigger than a 1/10 scale figure. Obviously, they have to scale down the actual characters, so to make the Sentinels look as big as they are, right? To kind of get the scale correct. So excellent job. They got probably every X-Men you could probably think of on there. They even had some of the X-Men that are, I don't know, I can't remember what they called it, but basically the bad X-Men, right? The X-Men like Magneto and things like that. Both sides of the coin working together to defeat these Sentinels because no one wants to deal with them, right? So great display. Iron Studios, like I said, these 2 between the Joker and this X-Men versus Sentinel piece, that's why I said, man, I think Iron Studios is going to have a great year this year, man. I think they have a lot in store for us. They've been doing a lot more bigger pieces, and so I can appreciate that because I'm more of a bigger piece guy, 1/4, 1/3 scale. And I would put this X-Men versus Citadel in that realm because it's just so big. Now, the only thing about this X-Men versus Citadel piece is it is expensive. Each one is like at least $1,300. So I know one of them $1,700 USD. So $1,300, $1,700. You're gonna spend a lot of money getting this entire piece if you want to get all 3 parts. Not even counting the individual people, that's like $100 a piece. So hey man, if you want to get it all, and where are you gonna put that? It's so freaking huge. So I don't know, but either way, great display. I heard that they had an entire team work on that piece, like literally a team of designers on that that one piece, X-Men versus Citadel Part 1, 2, and 3. So they really put their heart and soul into it, and you got to give them the credit where credit's due. Number 2 is gonna be the Doctor Strange maquette by Sideshow. This one, I saw it at first and I was like, okay. I wasn't blown away, but I wasn't, I wasn't underwhelmed, I guess because I wasn't really looking for it. I know that I'm pretty sure they announced this one during the 12 Days of Sideshow back in December. And I was like, okay, whatever, I like Doctor Strange, but I'm not a huge Doctor Strange guy, so whenever they announced this, I was like, all right, cool, I'll be waiting for it. When it came out, I was like, okay, all right, I like that. That's cool. And seeing it today made me like it even more. I never really paid attention to the portal he was coming out of. That was one of the biggest things that stood out to me today. I love how that portal looked. I love how it just, I don't know, it came off different today in the video. I've obviously seen the pictures before today, but I don't know, that portal, I just kind of never really noticed it like that until today, and it kind of stuck with me. So I really like the Doctor Strange piece, and what was next to Doctor Strange, I'm sure we already know, is gonna be number 1. So number 1 is the Silver Surfer maquette by Sideshow. This piece here, obviously highly anticipated. Everyone's been asking about it. Everyone's been waiting for it. They showed it on day 1. I probably would have waited a couple days to show it, probably mid-con, but hey, whatever. I must say my thoughts on this piece is, number 1, I love the base. I love the base. I love the portal he's coming out of. I just love how the sparkles, the stars, the different colors. Can't complain about the base. Only thing I'll say is the sculpt was a bit. It's a museum pose, and I was anticipating something a little bit more dynamic. So that's all I have to say. Definitely, it's a great sculpt. Looks great. I mean, Daniel Bell did a great job. I mean, this guy, he's very talented. So I think it'll be very hard for him to mess something up. But like I said, I would have just wanted him to be a little bit more dynamic, him leaning forward into his surf, or even his stance to be a little bit more dynamic. But I see where Daniel Bell was going with that. He wanted to have presence. He wanted him to show, with his chin up, chest out, and kind of just dominate his presence coming through the portal. I know where he was going with that, but hey man, that dynamic pose would have done it all for me. But either way, this has been my top 7 list of Sideshow day 1, the Sideshow Con. Make sure that you register if you haven't registered, because there's a lot of giveaways, there's free money, and you get exclusive content, man. Exclusive content that you don't get if you don't sign up. So please make sure you do that. Also, make sure you subscribe, man. We have more content coming, and we'll be doing giveaways here soon. So you want to make sure you subscribe for that. Make sure you turn your notification bell on so you'll see every time that I post. And until next time, man, y'all be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 2 of Sideshow Con. Y'all have a good one. Peace.